If there's anything that I've learned from Don't Breathe and It Follows, that is Detroit is not a vacation spot. In Don't Breathe, a group of robbers decide they're going to break into an old blind man's house to steal some cash from him, only to find out that this blind man might be more than capable of defending himself, and now the two parties have to fight it out to see who's going to survive the night. I walked out of Don't Breathe with the biggest fat of a grin I could have. I had an absolute blast watching this film, and it felt like it was gift wrapped for me. And I honestly think the true star of this movie is its director, Fede Alvarez. He directs this movie masterfully. I mean, he finds the perfect, top-notch pacing of this movie. This movie is never boring, it is never dull, and this movie is scary. It's intense. It's thrilling. There are jump scares in this movie, but ladies and gentlemen, they're good jump scares. They actually have reasonings. They're actually effective. I mean, there's one where they have to go downstairs and they're in pitch darkness. I don't think I blinked. Now, Don't Breathe actually reminded me a lot of It Follows, and I mean that in the best possible way, in the sense that it uses its gimmick and does as much creativity and inventive stuff with it that it can possibly conjure up in 88 minutes worth of runtime. One of the best things about having a movie that's, obviously shot for cheap and is stuck into one location like this house, it allows the director to be a little creative, and it felt like at times Fede Alvarez was just playing with his toys, in the sense that he was just doing whatever new creative idea that he had. When you have a horror movie that doesn't have a whole lot of dialogue, it makes the dialogue that you do have stick out like a sore thumb. So therefore, when you do have your character speak, you have to have reasoning and meaning behind it. And this movie does. I felt like when the characters spoke, it made logical sense why they're speaking in this particular scene. And honestly, there were moments where I felt like the character might speak and deliver a cheesy B-movie line, but they never do. They keep it restrained, and I thought it worked perfectly. Hands down, this has to be the quietest movie theater experience I have ever had in my life. I felt like all of us, our vocal cords were like stripped away from us, and we were literally afraid and could not scream, because the way the movie utilizes silence plays a major impact on not only the audience but the characters in the film. Now, in terms of faults and issues with the film, I have two. One, there are times where I feel like logic seems to go out the window, and another issue I had with this film is the opening to this film. I personally get what they were going for. I just think the movie should have opened it 1 minute later and not with the actual opening of this film. I can't recommend Don't Breathe highly, and definitely should be seen in the theaters in my opinion. I felt like this movie was gift wrapped for me and utilizes silence in such a masterful, effective way that you will feel like your breath has been taken away from you. As a score goes, I'm gonna give Don't Breathe a 4 out of 5. So you guys, how awesome of a year for horror are we having, man? This is fantastic. I'm loving every moment of it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Don't Breathe if you saw the film. And until next time, I'm the Slash Movier, and you guys have just been slashed.